Let me say something uncomfortable right away. If your bank account never grows, it's not because you're irresponsible. It's because the way you handle money is quietly designed to fail. You don't waste money, you don't blow cash on dumb things. You probably even think before spending, and yet nothing builds. That's the confusing part, isn't it? Because if you're doing the right things, something should be working by now. Here's the problem. You followed advice meant for people who don't think. You were told to be careful, don't overspend, and save when you can. It sounds logical. It feels mature, and it's exactly why you're stuck, because money doesn't grow through restraint. It grows through structure. By the end of this video, you'll see the real reason your bank balance keeps stalling. And no, it's not income, discipline, or investing. It's something far more subtle. You don't have a money system, you have a balance. Most people believe this. As long as my balance is positive, I'm doing okay. That feels reasonable. A higher number means progress. Right? Here's why that belief quietly breaks everything. A balance is passive. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't tell money where to go or what it's allowed to become. So what happens instead? Every dollar becomes a general purpose dollar, and general purpose money always gets spent. Imagine owning a company where every dollar in the business had no job, no payroll category, no reinvestment bucket, no reserve, just one big pile. You wouldn't call that a business. You'd call it chaos. Quick question, pause for a second. If I asked you right now, which part of your money is not allowed to be spent, could you answer instantly? If not, that's not a discipline issue. That's a system failure. And once money has no role, it defaults to consumption. Which brings us to the most dangerous lie people tell themselves. I'll save what's left. Always leaves you with nothing. This belief sounds responsible. I'll handle my expenses first, then save whatever's left. On paper, it makes sense. In reality, it guarantees zero progress. Why? Because expenses are elastic. They expand to absorb whatever space you leave. Your brain treats leftover money as optional money, and optional money gets sacrificed first. Convenience, comfort, small upgrades. Not because you're careless, because you're human. Here's the analogy. Imagine trying to fill a bathtub after leaving the drain open. You don't need more water. You need the drain closed. Saving last is an open drain. And notice this, people who save when they can never seem to be able to. That's not a coincidence. It's structural. Now here's the part no one tells you. Even if you did save consistently this way, it still wouldn't grow. Why? Because all of it is sitting in the same place. One bank account is quietly killing your progress. One account feels simple, clean, efficient. That's the trap. When spending money and long-term money live together, the louder one wins. And spending is always louder. Every time you check your balance, you're asking the wrong question. Can I afford this? What you should be asking is, which part of my money is this allowed to touch? But you can't ask that because there are no parts. So you hesitate, you second guess, you either overspend slightly or undersave quietly. Neither feels dramatic. Both compound brutally. Here's a subtle test. When your balance goes up, do you feel safer spending? If yes, that's not confidence. That's structural confusion. Money needs separation to create friction, and friction is what protects growth. Without it, everything feels spendable. Even the money you swore you wouldn't touch, which leads to the next hidden failure. And this one isn't about money at all. You're depending on willpower to do a system's job. Most people think consistency comes from motivation. It doesn't. Motivation is volatile. Systems are stable. If your plan requires you to remember, decide, or be good every month, it's already broken. Because life interferes, stress interferes, boredom interferes, and suddenly, skipping one transfer feels harmless. Then two. Then you stop checking altogether. Here's the uncomfortable question. If you had to manually breathe every minute, how long would you survive? That's what manual money management is like. Automation isn't about convenience. It's about removing choice. Growth happens when money moves without asking you. If your system waits for permission, it will eventually be denied. And even when people fix this part, they hit another wall, one that feels like progress. Your lifestyle is growing faster than your structure. This one hurts because it feels earned. A better phone, a few subscriptions, more eating out, slightly nicer everything. Individually, harmless. Collectively, lethal. Here's the mistake. Lifestyle growth isn't dangerous. Uncontained lifestyle growth is. is. Most people upgrade life before upgrading structure, so every improvement adds permanent pressure to their system. And because nothing breaks immediately, it feels fine. Until years pass and nothing accumulates. Let me ask you something honestly. If your income stayed exactly the same for the next 2 years, would your current setup still allow money to grow? If the answer is probably not, that's not income dependence. That's structural fragility. And this is where most people land on the wrong conclusion. You think income is the solution. It's not. This belief is everywhere. I'll fix this once I earn more. It feels true. It's also how people stay stuck at higher levels. More income without structure doesn't solve leaks. It widens them. That's why raises disappear. That's why bonuses vanish. That's why people earning double still feel behind. Income only amplifies whatever system you already have. If the system leaks, you just lose money faster. The people who build wealth don't wait for more money to get organized. They get organized so money has somewhere to go. And once you see that, everything changes. All 6 of these problems are actually one problem. You were taught to manage money through behavior instead of designing it through structure. Effort feels productive. Systems are productive. Money grows when it's directed, separated, automated, and protected from you, not when you try harder. Now let's talk consequences. If you ignore this for 5 years, nothing dramatic happens. That's the danger. You'll feel okay, comfortable, stable, and then one day you'll realize stability quietly replaced progress. 10 years pass fast when nothing breaks. This is the line most people never see. On one side, people who stay responsible, careful, and financially flat. On the other, people who built systems early and let time do the heavy lifting. The difference isn't intelligence, it isn't discipline, it isn't luck, it's whether money works for you or waits for your permission forever. That's the gap.